Butch and Bob Show.
Time now is 7:59. You're listening to Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup. Big Dog Country Radio. Bob, it's on the road again today for you.
Yeah, big trip. Looking forward to it. Should be a fun game. Like I said, they got a tall lefty. Like I said, it's committed to Georgia. 6'3", 180, throws about 92 mile an hour. So we'll see how we do. Should be fun.
All right, Wayne County Perry, first region game for the Yellow Jackets today as they're on the road, and we look forward to bringing that game to you. And once again, you can listen to the game on 105.5 FM. You can go to our website and bigdogcountry.com and click on live stream. And if that doesn't work, you can go down the page there on bigdogcountry.com and click on our YouTube channel and click on the ball game or morning show, whatever the case may be, and listen to it there. So 105.5 FM, live stream on our website and on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the ball game just like you can the morning show here on WIFO. And we'll go Wayne County Jackets. But, man, there's a lot of local sports going on today.
Yeah, the soccer teams are home today, taking on Perry. It's funny. Perry's coming here to play soccer. We're going there to play baseball. So I guess we'll
pass each other
we'll
on Highway
pass their
341,
bus on the way. Yeah. The golf match was canceled for today because the course is too
I
wet.
bet it's wet.
They pushed that to Thursday, and the tennis teams are home today, taking on Warner Robins. So, and both middle school baseball teams are in action. The black teams on the road at Brantley, the gold teams at home taking on Ware County. So, a lot going on.
All right.
The big news, the school board meeting, they open up those bids today, so we'll find out who gets to build those 3 projects.
Okay. We got State Senator Blake Tillery calling in right now. We'll have him on the air in just a moment. 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Bob, we got State Senator Blake Tillery on the phone with us. Take it away.
It's Tuesdays with Tillery. He's State Senator Blake Tillery on the phone with us. A big part of that budget. I need you to clarify something for me, Blake. They got the big story about the governor signing the new amended budget this past week, flanked by all the state officials. Is that the final budget, or is that just the look at the final budget, and the final budget has to still be passed?
So we have 2 budgets each year. So we pass the big budget, which is what we're going to be debating now till the end of session, sets the state spending from July 1, coming up of 2025, till June 30th of 2026. And every January when we come back into session, you're going to have missed on something. There'll be more children in schools than we thought, or Medicaid spending will be higher or lower than we thought. So if there's been more children in schools, you'll have to adjust the number up for the QBE formula to each school district. If there's been more or less Medicaid spending, then you'll use some of the Medicaid dollars to do it. And then you'll have things like that you didn't expect when you set the original budget, like this year's big one's going to be the hurricane, right? So nobody expected we were going to have Hurricane Helene. So we had to go in and do some amended budget spending, plus up in areas related to transportation and the forced storm. So that's the budget that the governor signed Thursday. That was the amended budget. It trues up everything for this current fiscal year. The budget we're debating now will be what starts January or July 1.
I got you. Well, the good news is that money's in there for the hurricane relief, $867 million. That was something that was discussed during the Eggs and Issues breakfast. The other thing was discussed was the money for the corrections department, and more than $434 million is in the budget for that. So, again, that was addressed at the Eggs and Issues, how much that's needed. A lot of problems with the Department of Corrections. So, talk a little bit about that and about how soon does that hurricane relief money get to the people that need it?
Yeah, the money will go out to the agencies after the governor signs the budget. So he signed it on Thursday. It'll be out and on its way to accounts this week. For farmers, timber folks, others affected by the storm that aren't in ag or timber and local governments, know that there's about 4 different, I'll call them buckets. If you had timber damage, there's bills that we've already passed that allow you to claim that timber loss on your Georgia income tax statement, on your Georgia income taxes. Credit there that can help with reforesting. For farmers and for timber folks too, there were different programs. The FIT mitigation program, basically we know we got a lot of trees down. Foresters know that. You've seen how that has hurt, not only in California with wildfires, but now in North Carolina and South Carolina with wildfires. Georgia's trying to get as much of that debris off the ground as possible. we know we're not going to get it all. So there's a program in place where the state will help pay part of the cost of removing trees in forest lands. And that's through the Georgia Forestry Commission. We replenish those funds, and there's funds there to help with that. Then the ag loans, just like they were with Hurricane Michael, you had additional funding there, over $100 million there to help with losses there, beginning to plan again. And then the bills dealt with everything from rebuilding. We had to rebuild chicken houses, taking the sales tax off of that, to credits that related to forestry and replanting, reforestation as well.
Blake, I had to go to Vidalia a couple times last week, and you were talking about the tree still down there. There was a couple of situations going up there where traffic was stopped because there was a semi with trailers behind it loading those trees and limbs into those trailers. And it's amazing, after all this time since Helene come through, still trees and limbs are being picked up on from the side of the roads and put in these trailers and taken to the landfills. I haven't seen that around Jesup and Wayne County much, but it sure was up there toward Vidalia.
From Vidalia to Douglas, it has been that way constantly since September the 27th, 28th, 29th. I guess it took them a week or so to get going. That's been rolling constantly. I've got video footage where one time the stretch was over a mile long of just trucks and trailers with the cranes picking up stuff off debris off just the edge of the road over a mile long. We're getting to the end of in the Vidalia area. The Hazelhurst area is still picking up. The Douglas area is getting closer to the end. They've got a lot down too. Wheeler County, if you go on the other side of the Oconee River, still has a lot of debris to pick up.
Amazing.
But we're not, I mean, all of it's not going to be removed. There's simply no way. I think I gave you the statistic at Eggs and Issues of how much debris there was. It's staggering.
Yeah, and we had Stephen Meeks on yesterday. Crossover day was Thursday, but he says nothing's over till it's over. So you see any bill that didn't make crossover coming back and being discussed and possibly passing?
You never know. There's some bills in the House that we thought might get out that didn't. Some of them I wouldn't have necessarily been as supportive of, but they may come back up. In the Senate, most of the things that I think you're still going to see on our side is bills relating to diversity, equity, and inclusion that maybe didn't make it out of the Senate. There's a bill that said the university system shouldn't be concerning itself with DEI measures. They should be taking the best students. That bill didn't make it out. It may come back up. I had a bill that took about an hour, maybe even an hour and a half of debate, and eventually failed. It was a debanking bill. Some folks don't understand that topic. Conservatives have seen that based upon cancel culture, that their bank accounts, some of their bank accounts, especially more outspoken conservatives, were canceled during over the past 4 years. Melania Trump saw this happen to her. You've seen, I think, the MyPillow guy. There were a couple others. We had a testimony of a gun manufacturer, firearm maker here in Georgia, who had his accounts debanked twice, cost him $1 million to move the accounts and lost sales each time. I had a bill on that. The banking lobby's pretty strong. They lobbied hard against it. We talked a little bit about it, I think, on your show last week. And I lost on the floor, resoundingly lost. But funny thing, how timing works. I lost all that bill on the floor on Thursday. My colleagues voted against it. However, the president his organization filed suit in Florida on Friday with over 300 counts alleging Capital One Bank had debanked him. So now that's getting a little renewed interest, and folks are saying, maybe Tillery was telling the truth to us. So that bill could come back up. I'm not sure if we'll be able to pick it up and get it through this year, if it'll be one we have to work on over the off session. But I think that's an issue that really does matter to conservatives. And look, when it's something as important as your electricity, your water, banking is now essentially an essential service. You can't operate your family, your life, or your business without having the ability to move funds between banks. Not necessarily that you need loans, but how many people carry cash now? Not very many. So banking becomes an essential service. So that may come back up. I'm not 100% certain on that one.
Stephen said the bill was to protect the Okefenokee Swamp did not get to any side. So What's the story on
they
that?
did not.
Is there just too much money
I don't.
involved in that mining? Is that what it is? It's all about money. We always say it's always about the money. So
I don't know about that. I don't know if it's necessarily the money. I think the bills on the House side, the House sometimes has certain topics that they claim that if the Senate starts them, that they won't. So those bills have always started on the House side. I don't know why they didn't make it over this year. Those are ones that I imagine you would see the House tag on. Um, I don't think that those issues will be dead.
what's on your schedule for today as this session
Today
winds
we've got,
down?
well, yeah, we just left the legislative Bible study. We do that every Tuesday morning up here. It's always good to meet with folks across the aisle, maybe not, old, young, rural, metro, Republican, Democrat. We had our legislative Bible study this morning. That's every Tuesday at 7. And then there's some of our local hospitals are here today that I'm going to go across the hall and talk to for a second. And then we hit the floor at 10 o'clock with several bills. They're nothing extremely controversial. The state conveyances. Remember, if anything in the state is conveyed to a local government or to even easements for EMCs to run power lines, we have to pass those to the General Assembly. That's on the table on the floor today, and then there's another agency bill on the floor. So the debate shouldn't be very, very long. The big thing for me for the next 16 days is going to be the House's budget. They passed that big budget over out of committee yesterday. It'll be off the floor today, and there's a lot of changes. We just got to go through them all and make sure that they're in the best interest of 11 million Georgians.
Sounds like you're going to be busy over the next couple of days.
It will be. I'm looking forward to getting home soon, though.
April 4th, right around, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh
It's almost
man,
there.
you just hope it isn't. You hope it isn't a train.
Yeah.
A train coming at you, I believe.
Yeah.
But appreciate y'all. Thank you for what y'all do and keep everybody informed. And listen, man, Bob, it's about to be baseball season again. Get ready.
Yeah, the Braves are about to kick off. Before I let you go, we talked to you last Tuesday, and a lot of people here hoping that budget does pass because that money for that industrial park is in the budget. Also, Stephen Meek says there's another $1 million for Wayne County for the JC Landing project. So we're hoping that budget does get passed.
That was in the amended budget. That's already passed. The governor signed it.
Fantastic.
That's good news.
So at least the water money was there. The water money to help with the expansion out to the industrial park, that was in the amended budget.
So that's already been approved. Dale Keith will be glad to hear that. That'll be good. So again, always good.
It's because you have good folks like Stephen working. Him and Buddy Deloach, they just do an awesome job.
We do appreciate it. Like I said, always appreciate the time on Tuesdays with Tillery, and stay safe in Atlanta. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Y'all have a good one. See you soon.
All right. State Senator Blake Tillery here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. The time now is 12 minutes after 8 o'clock. Got another guest we're going to be calling up, so hold on. More here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, and we're trying to pair up here with Christy Carter. And as soon as I get this Bluetooth all paired up with her, we'll get her going then. And first of all, let's see if Christy there. You there this morning, Christy?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good. As my granddaddy used to say, finer than frog hair split 3 ways.
All right. That's very fine right there. Christy Carter's on the phone with us. Go ahead.
Yes. I said, y'all go ahead.
Words of wisdom from the grandparents, right? All right. So Christy Carter's on the phone with us this morning. And so, Christy, what are you going to be talking about this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO?
Well, first of all, thank y'all for having me on here. I want to talk about the Inspire Women's Ladies Retreat that's coming up March 14th and 15th. It's going to be hosted at Community Church on St. Simon's Island on Frederica Road. And it starts on a Friday night. So ladies, if you're listening and you're thinking you can't make it because of work, it actually starts with a dinner that starts around 5 o'clock. And so you can work all day or most of the day and then come on down. And then it ends that evening around 8:30. We're having a speaker. Her name is Rita Springer, and she's known in the worship music industry. And she is going to be the speaker. She's written a book. She's just well known in that area of worship music. So she'll be our guest speaker that for 2 days, and then Friday evening, when it actually ends at 8:30, there'll be something fun. They're doing a square dance, line dance. It's called the Hoedown Hootenanny, for something fun to do that evening. So y'all can come and enjoy the conference or retreat, and then stay for that. And then Saturday morning, Butch, it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning with a breakfast. And then we come back with music and worship music and small groups, and Rita will speak again. There'll be some breakout sessions and a little fun porch party, which will have a variety of things going on with vendors. And then we'll come back together and sing some more, worship some more, and then it'll break and end about 6 o'clock on Saturday night. So you'll be done and be able to get back home.
All right, how do ladies find out more information about this and register for this event?
It is Inspire at inspireexperience.org is the website, inspireexperience.org. And should you want any other information, there's an email, and the email is info@inspireexperience.org. Now, this year we're encouraging high school juniors and seniors to participate. And there's a discounted rate for that, in college kids. So if you're interested, you need to email info@inspireexperience.org to get the code, and we'll be happy to give you the code for y'all to register that way. I know I'm inviting 2 of my younger daughters are going, or 3 of the 4 are going. So they'll enjoy it too. Let's see. There'll be vendors. So there's probably about 8 or 12 vendors that'll be there, so ladies can do a little bit of shopping in the downtime. And I'm trying to think what else I need to share.
It's always a great event. I know that you always have a very successful event like this, so we encourage ladies to look into it and go to this event that's going to be held. Once again, the dates?
It's March 14 and 15, not this week, but next weekend. And I think tickets right now are $150. So, but that's not the discounted rate for college and juniors and seniors. It's a lot less than that. But it's $150, and that does include all of your meals, a very nice dinner Friday night, and then lunch and breakfast, and everything. All the food will be taken care of.
All right.
So,
sounds good, Christy. Wishing you all a very successful event there at Community Church on St. Simon's on the 14th and 15th.
Thank you. I encourage ladies listening to share with their coworkers, their ladies ministries. I know some are listening online that we'd love for y'all to bring a bus and come on down. So it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Christy. Look forward to talking to you again.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Christy Carter there here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. All right. Couple of good interviews there, Bob. It's good to see that money is already in the supplemental budget that's been passed and signed by the governor.
Yeah, that's great news for Wayne County. Great news for that industrial park, like I said. I know Dale Keith, the IDA, has done a lot of work on that. Like I said, the mayor and several commissioners said how pivotal that is for the growth of Wayne County. So it's good to see they're going to have the funding available to complete that project. So it's good news.
I've been watching all these dump trucks come by out there and what they're doing out there. They're laying the pad for the road out there. They're just getting the road with the pad down, and I guess the next step after that would be to pave it. The industrial park coming off of Highway 84. I mean, just past the station, you turn left and you go into that new area of the industrial park, and they're getting ready to get that paved so industry can start moving in.
Now that the money's been approved, we'll get Dale Keith. Like I said, Dale said he just didn't want to jinx it. He just wanted to make sure that money was in there. But he said once they knew the money was in there, he'd be glad to come, and talk more about the project and what all it's going to mean to Wayne County. So we'll line that up. Speaking of lining guests up, we've got, like I said, they're opening those bids today for those 3 major projects. Capital Outlay Project School. We talked to Tony Williams, school superintendent. We got her lined up to come in here a week from Thursday. March 20th is the date she'll be here. So looking forward to having her So she'll discuss, when those projects will begin.
And what are
who's
those projects again the school's working on?
The three major projects are the ROTC building, the new Ag Center, and the new weight room. Those are the three capital projects they're going to open the bids on today. Select a construction team, construction manager, all that's to be decided today at the board meeting. They got the bids in, so no one's seen the bids. They'll open those bids and decide who they want to hand that bid to oversee those projects and build those projects at the school. So big day today at the meeting at 6 o'clock. We'll have all the details for you tomorrow here on local news. But again, Tony Williams, we've got her lined up to come in a week from Thursday to discuss what took place today, who's the new construction manager team, how soon they, I think I talked to her yesterday. She said they're looking to start construction sometime in May of this year. So not sure how long the projects will take to build, but that's what the plan is right now, to begin construction on those three projects in the month of May. So they're, like I said, they did them all together. So one construction team is going to build all three projects, and whether they build them all, I guess they're going to try to build them all the same. I don't remember.
Well, it would be good if you could, because you get the construction crew in there and you start working on it, you get the materials and so forth. You could build all three of them at the same time. That'd be great.
But she has all those details.
She'll tell us that on the 20th.
Yeah, I don't want to, and I say I don't have that information, so
okay.
I'm just speculating. I just know that they are awarding those bids today at the board meeting at 6 o'clock.
And they're choosing someone to overlook this, because a firm or a person or what?
She clarified that yesterday. Whatever construction company they give that to, that manager will be the construction manager. It's not a separate person.
It's not a separate person.
So just say you gave it to, say you owned a company, you're the construction manager. So that's who.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's
I thought they were having an independent person.
I did too, but she clarified that yesterday on the phone, because I was confused. I thought there was I thought they were hiring a separate construction manager, but they're not. Whoever gets the bid, that person
will be the construction manager of all three projects.
Right. And we'll work with the school system. So she did clarify this, but I was like you. I thought it was a separate person, but it's not. So so I appreciate her clarifying that for me yesterday. But again, looking forward to having her here on Thursday, a week from Thursday, March the 20th. And like I said, we'll get with Del Keith, line him up. And now that money's been secured, that's big. And again, we said it before, I'll say it again, if it wasn't for the relationship that our local officials have with our state representatives, none of this is possible. So again, I know Mike Deal said Stephen Meeks had a lot to do with getting that funding for that industrial park. So he was in the governor's ear. It's great to have those relationships with Blake and Stephen and Buddy DeLoach, because those guys are up there working. As I mentioned, every county wants their piece of the pie. Everybody wants money. So
that's right.
To get $5 million in this budget for Wayne County, that's a big story. So hats off to everybody that's worked hard on it. Yeah,
then hats off to all of them that's worked hard on it. Our state representative, our state senator, local folks have been pushing hard for it. Just a community effort there to get this money for these projects here in Wayne County. Someone just texted in and said Wayne County High School golf in Metter today in a region tournament. Is that correct?
Oh, I didn't see that on schedule. I just saw.
And then Wayne County High School middle golf in Waycross at Okefenokee. But someone just texted all that in there. Somebody said, but maybe Blake could reopen Omaha Steak and Seafood.
We'll ask him next Tuesday. He's not local.
He's not local.
He doesn't.
I don't know if he's going to get in the restaurant business like Stephen and Joy did with Reedy Creek.
That's pretty funny. He doesn't live in Wayne County, so I don't know.
He lives in Vidalia. Oh boy. And so all that's going on right there, and you may be a happy person before the day's over with.
Man, if they sign Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna be ecstatic.
If they, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Everything I hear and read that this should be finalized today. He's decided between the Steelers and the Giants, but I understand the Steelers have put out a pretty lucrative contract to get him. So only thing about him, he can't move really good, but I know he can throw it.
Yeah, he can throw it, but he's on up there in age.
So the offensive line is still
for an athlete,
still an issue. So, but I'm glad Justin Fields is gone. I'm ready for Russell Wilson to get going as well. So I got one out the door. I need just one more.
Good luck. Who would be the backup for Aaron? You got to find somebody out there.
Draft one.
Just draft one. Yeah. Get somebody fresh out of college, huh?
Jackson Dart from Ole Miss will be nice. We'll take him.
All right. Sounds good.
Can't believe Kenny Pickett got traded to the Browns. That's surprising.
To the Browns.
But the Browns, apparently Deshaun Watson is going to be injured for the first 5-6 games. He's coming off an injury, so he's supposedly going to step in and play those first 5 games for him. So,
okay.
But I always liked Kenny Pickett, and I thought Steelers let him go too soon. But he's a Super Bowl champion now. Back up. Sit on that bench, watch Jalen Hurts win a Super Bowl, and get a ring. That's a good gig.
Someone just texted in, Bob, says, tell Bob that Aaron Rodgers has to go meditate for 6 months and think about it.
I know. I told him if they sign him, I'm going with him. That's what I told Butch today. I said we're going.
You said that this morning.
Yeah, I said, we're going to sign Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to go with him to meditate with him for 6 months. Get him fired up. Tell him all about the Steelers. Give him my terrible towel. Help him out. Yeah. If they sign him, I'm going to go. Yeah, I'll go meditate with him.
That's funny right there. And think about it, as long as it's funny someone said that in, you were just talking about that this morning.
I told Butch this morning. I said, the Steelers got to sign Aaron Rodgers. I said, I think I'll go with him in that meditation thing in that chamber. I didn't realize it was 6 months. I thought it was just 6 weeks.
Yeah. Well, you have to do 6 weeks. 6 months, you'll be into the season and practicing by then. So it'd have to be a 6-week meditation, Bob.
I'm ready.
Go meditate, got the incense going, get into those deep thoughts.
I was glad to see the Steelers got Darius Slay, former Brunswick High School standout. I saw him through his high school career down in Brunswick. And now he's a Super Bowl champion with the Eagles. Now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. He'll shore up that secondary. Yeah, along with Joey Porter, so that'll be
looks like
good.
Steelers are trying to make some good moves here to get into the playoffs this year.
They realize the window is closing for guys like Cam Hayward and Mika Fitzpatrick and T.J. Watt. Those guys, right? They only have about 2-3 years left, so if they're going to win a Super Bowl champion with those guys, they need to get on the ball. So Aaron Rodgers could give them that hope to do that. I mean, that guy's been there, done that, so he can still fling with the best of them, read defenses with the best of them. So I hope it comes to fruition. But everything I read says he's coming our way. So I hope it's finalized today.
Looks like the Bears are trying to make some good moves here to try to shore up everything and try to get more competitive this next year.
I can't believe Seattle paid Sam Darnold all that money, $100 million for 3 years. But he had a good year at the Vikings, won 14 games. But those games that mattered, he didn't do well. So it's interesting to see all these teams free. There's so much money out there. It's amazing what quarterbacks are getting. $60 million. What did Josh Allen get yesterday? I mean, that's crazy.
A bunch.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing.
It's
SEC basketball starts tomorrow. Georgia.
SEC basketball.
Georgia's got the night game Wednesday and Thursday. If they win Wednesday, they'll play Kentucky Thursday at 9:30. So that'll be fun.
And who are they playing tomorrow? Is Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
That's who Georgia will be playing tomorrow.
Let's hope they can beat them. So
go Dogs.
But like I said, Selection Sunday is going to be interesting. How many teams they get in there? They're talking about maybe 12, 13 teams from the SEC could make the field at 64.
Man.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
They said it could set a record. ACC's got that record. I think they got 10 or 11 one year, but they said the SEC could break that record on Sunday. So
go SEC, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
All right, Bob. Anything else in your mind this morning?
Just this Wayne County baseball game. Again, a reminder, it's 5 o'clock today, not 6. We'll have it on the air at 4:50 from Perry High School.
Okay, Wayne County, first region game at Perry,
beautiful
4:50 pregame, first pitch at 5. And so go Yellow Jackets, and it's going to be a gorgeous day.
Yeah, it's an important win. Got to get this win.
Got to get it. All right, Bob. Have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Murphy Builder Supply, the Service Department at GNS Auto Sales, and by Heron Aldridge Insurance.